60 Minutes. Rewind.
What comes to mind when you mention Venezuela? Hugo Chavez probably, or oil, or baseball. What probably does not come to mind is classical music. And yet, Venezuela is the home of a music program that's so extraordinary it's been hailed as the future of classical music itself. It's called El Sistema, the system, and it's all about children, about saving them, hundreds of thousands of children, through music. Many of the kids come from neighborhoods which are so poor, desperate, and crime-ridden that hope is often extinguished in children at an early age. Instead, these kids travel the world playing to sell-out audiences. The National Youth Orchestra and hundreds of others are the brainchild of Dr. Jose Antonio Abreu, who started the first one back in 1975. Do you remember the night you first started?
Teníamos 11 muchachos.
We only had 11 children rehearsing in cramped conditions. But I had the feeling this was the beginning of something very big.
Dr. Abreu, a 68-year-old retired economist, trained musician, and social reformer, founded the system and has built it with religious zeal, based on his unorthodox belief that what poor Venezuelan kids needed was classical music.
En el fondo, es un sistema esencialmente social.
At its root, this is a social system that fights poverty. The child's physical poverty is overcome by the spiritual richness that comes from music.
So music actually becomes a vehicle for social change.
Without a doubt, and that's what's happening in Venezuela.
It happens in neighborhoods like this one on the outskirts of Caracas. Every afternoon, small children line up for free music lessons at a local branch of the system. Rafael Elster runs one. How old are they when you first get them?
Kindergarten, like 2 years old.
2 years old?
Yeah, learning music.
2-year-olds start learning the basics, rhythm, and the language of music. By the time they're 4, they're being taught how to play an instrument. By the time they're 6 or 7-year-old veterans, they're playing in orchestras.
A regular kid who will play in 2-3 years will make it happen in 3-4 months.
How do you do that?
We work hard, and they love it.
Hard work is an understatement. Every day after school throughout Venezuela, you can see kids practicing. 15,000 trained musicians work with them, but the system also uses gifted kids to teach other kids. On top of 8 hours of schoolwork, it makes for a long day. So a kid is here from 7 in the morning till 6 in the
12
evening?
12 hours, almost.
Every day?
Every day, from Monday to Saturday. They only have Sunday.
Only Sunday to get into trouble.
To practice at home.
Kids who are poor wouldn't be able to join an orchestra on their own. It's really good because not only do they learn a daily routine, but they also learn another culture.
When you came here, did you start playing the trumpet right away?
I chose the violin first, but then I decided I liked the trumpet.
What is it about the trumpet that you like?
The sound. I pretty much like everything about it.
800,000 children have passed through the system in 32 years.
The majority of them will not become musicians.
Music produces an irreversible transformation in a child. This doesn't mean he'll end up as a professional musician. He may become a doctor, study law, or teach literature. What music gives him remains indelibly part of who he is forever.
Conductor Gustavo Dudamel is the orchestra's first international superstar and a product of Dr. Abreu's system.
For a lot of people, he was a crazy man. Kids, Venezuelan, poor, playing classical music. Oh my God.
Dr. Abreu often says that the system saves children. Saves them from what?
From a lot of things. We have cases with kids with big problems. and they change their life with music.
Do you think that the system is changing Venezuela?
Absolutely. 300,000 kids playing music. In the future, 1 million. I'm sure of this. When Venezuela will be full of orchestras. Now it's full, will be more. I think we are helping a lot. And the orchestra now is a symbol of the country. It's like the flag.
Like the flag.